Hi, I'm David. As part of my car's 200,000 kilometer service, you Toyota, you can suck my dick. I'm changing out the water pump. There is no way I would have been able to do that in the car. This is an experience, let me tell you. I'm sweating. It's not the easiest thing to do. I don't want to buy another exhaust manifold gasket just to change the water pump. But hey, if I can do it, so can you. I made this video to take you on the journey of getting this done, and I left it this way so you could see the frustration and difficulty involved. During editing, I also decided to add in as many pointers as I could for you. So while this isn't a how-to as such, I think it would have helped me if I'd have watched this before starting. I've got this drain pan. It's straight down from the corner of this, so just go straight down this way. It's really, really, really tight. Gonna need pliers. Hopefully don't snap it off. That'd make things exciting, wouldn't it? If I snapped off the radiator cock. Pop the lid off, help things move. It's almost kind of law that when you're ever working with radiator, you have to get coolant everywhere. If you don't, you're not really working on your car properly, are you? So I've got manuals for the Altezza in English. I couldn't actually find any information about the water pump in an Altezza. All I could find was MR2 stuff. It's basically the same thing, so I'm going to use the same torque settings and stuff, but I'm not sure how the hell I'm going to get to that because everything over there is in the way of getting to that. The power steering pump, the idler pulley, all of that stuff looks like it has to come out for you to be able to get to the back of the water pump, which you're supposed to be able to do because the water pump's kind of in two halves. When you buy a new water pump, you get the front half and you bolt it onto the old part. But you're actually supposed to pull the old part out as well and replace the two O-rings at the back. So it's kind of complicated. Like here's the back of it here with a gasket and an O-ring. Here you go, you can see that there. I'm going to undo the front part of it and see if that makes it easier to get to the back. Now that detaches the front and the rear housing from the block, and that should actually just sort of be floating there now. Oh wait, does that connect to it? Wait, on the Altezza, does that connect? Oh, it is. It's different to the MR2, so you can't actually use the MR2 instructions. Also, this is connected through onto the idler for the aircon and the power steering pump, so all of that has to come off. That's a nightmare. Okay. All right, put that back in the bag. I'm not going to need that today. Today we're just going to be undoing shit all day. And the 12 is actually missing. Oh, the 12 will be underneath this box here. We're starting our 12 steps. Our 12-step program. Step 1, lift the ECU up. There it is. Top radiator pipe's coming off. It's going to give me better access anyway. And this pipe does not want to move. It's really on there. There we go. I wonder if you have to take the whole power steering pump off and everything. You might have to. Which is a hell of a job just to change the water pump. It just makes changing this take so much longer. But anyway, get into it. Get stuck into it, mate. What do we got? 2 idler pulley bolts. Get them out of there. That's not just the idler pulley. What a nightmare. Down here, this is the water pump. Well, this goes over the top of it, and this is the aircon. I have to undo the idler, which I did, undo the aircon, and then I guess there's another bolt at the aircon that I have to get under the car to be able to change a water pump. I just took the idler pulley off here for the power steering and the aircon. So that's just a 14mm bolt holding that on because it looks like I have to remove all of that in order to get to the water pump. Of course I do, because this couldn't be easy. Next up, there's 2 12s under here that you won't be able to see. We'll get to those. There's no way you'll be able to see them. They're underneath this pulley here. It's probably easier to remove the whole engine than it is to do a water pump. The only place I could find that actually showed them doing a water pump, they cut all of this out, so you didn't get to see any of it. Try and get this power steering pump off. I made this little animation from the parts diagram to make it a little clearer for you. The pulley looks like this. There are actually 3 bolts. Rotate the pulley to access the bolts through the holes in the pulley. I love this thing, really. Mainly because you can do that with it. And the light on it's great too. 14mm magnetic. Is that going to help me? Is it ever? Look at that. Straight out, mate. Perfect. Is there a bracket I can undo here? There is. There's a 10. A 10 hiding in there. Yeah, this is stressful. I'm ready to rant. And the reason is, I've undone every bolt I can see. And this thing doesn't move at all. Where the f is the next bolt? Where's it hiding? I can't see anything at the back. Is it just wedged in? Do I have to fight with it? I don't know. I don't know what the f I have to do. Hit it with a hammer. Where would you hit it with a hammer? You can't get in there. It's completely covered. Get the f out of the way. Oh wait, there it goes. It just needed a bit of anger. Well, what the, like, this is just incredible. I can't get it out of there. Why? Why can't I get it out of there? Undo the reservoir. At this point, I really should have drained the fluid from the reservoir and taken it completely out of the car, but I didn't, and that was a mistake. Thanks, Toyota. I was in a good mood earlier. Well, this has turned that around. Okay, we're free. I don't remember where any of these bolts go. It's going to be glorious putting this back together. Why can't you come out of there, do you think? Is there actually a reason? It's really good. They've wrapped the engine harness around everything, so you can't get anything out without removing the engine harness, because that's just the most convenient way to do it. Get off there, you bitch. Oh, I'm sweating. You boys lost it. I've had enough of this shit. This wire, where does it even go? What's it doing? Get out of there. Get off there. And a zip tie. Zip tie. A pencil. The engine harness is attached to this thing 3 times. Out of the way. Right. Finally. What do we got? I said 3 times? Oh, sorry, I meant 5 times. Why the f is it attached to the back here? Earth needs to get the f out of the way. Engine harness. Engine harness. It just goes down. You can't even see where it plugs in, even if you could. You can't unplug anything because you can't reach it. I've got 4 new bolts, but they're just for the bracket for the power steering. Doesn't give you anything else. Gives you access to this massive thing, whatever the hell that is. So I'm going after the aircon bolts, and there's the, yeah, there's one of them there. I'm using a 12 and a 14 mil spanner to try and break this. You can't see anything because of my hands in the way. Right, so that worked. Now I'll use a ratchet spanner to get that out. I'll drop that on the ground first. I can't actually see the 4th one. Play that Door Explorer game. Can you see the bolt? No, I can't. Does Toyota know where the bolt is? So to remove the water pump, you have to move the power steering pump. But I know what you're thinking. Damn, you were pretty rough with that. Did you ruin it? The reservoir? Yes. So you have a nice little power steering reservoir video to look forward to. The wiring harness, no. I wasn't pulling on it as hard as it looked. You have to remove the idler pulley, get the aircon compressor and the bracket out of the way. Now I've also got this problem. The problem of my GoPro taking forever to turn on. That screw head's all up. I don't know how I'm going to get that out. I've ordered another one already. I got another bolt there, another bolt there, and then the 2 bolts at the back. Where are they? There they are. Down in there. See those 2 bolts? I have to try to get them out somehow. There's no way you could do it with the standard header on. You'd have to take the exhaust manifold off to do it, which is just incredibly insane. You can't get at it from the bottom because of the engine mount covers it all up. I don't want to buy another exhaust manifold gasket just to change the water pump. The thermostat is down in there. How the hell do you change that? Right? Like, how do you get to that bolt? And the other one, I can barely see it. How do you get to that? Absolutely, you have to take out the power steering pump and the reservoir because that all sits here. It blocks all of this. Absolutely horrible. Water pump replacement. Step 1, remove engine from car. I know a shop that fully built an Altezza for the track, and I couldn't understand why they removed the power steering because it's such a big car and like to park the thing it'd be horrible, like driving it to and from the track. You have to drain the power steering fluid in order to change the water pump. Why? You have to take the aircon compressor off and then remove the bracket to remove one bolt that's in the side of the water pump. Why? Buy a Toyota, they said. It'd be great, they said. The hose is right here. You know what else is right here? The power steering pump. You know what's over there? Nothing. Why didn't they put it over there? Because of the giant ass intake, but it would have fit. What does that bolt even do? Like, what's it do? It's just an inlet, but it's a massive 5 kilo bracket. Take this bracket off to get behind it to access the bracket that's behind it. I got brackets on brackets on brackets. I got brackets on brackets on brackets. Why didn't they just run the bolts all the way through? I'm gonna enjoy getting rid of this, in fact, although I'm gonna freak the out. What am I gonna buy? Yeah. Next step is to get this lower hose off, which is probably going to root itself as I remove it. I don't want to leave. I've been here since '98. Why am I being evicted? Remove the lower hose from under the car? Maybe. If you can get your arms past the aircon unit and the aircon line that just seems to be dangling out here for no reason. So slow to turn on. It's incredible. Action camera. Action's finished before the camera even turns on. Right, I got that lower hose off. That sucked, but I managed to do it. I don't know how you would do it with everything in place. Okay, so I can't get my ratchet in like that. Doesn't work. I can't go in that way. Oh shit, yeah, ring spanner. Almost fits. I mean, it goes on, but I can't rotate it because it... Oh, there we can. Yeah, we can. Flexi head ratchet spanner, maybe. If the head isn't too big, flexi head that just bends itself out of the way because it doesn't have enough tension on it. Make sure you get one of those. Thanks, Astra Products. Hey, look at that. I got one. You, Toyota, you can suck my dick. I wish this ratchet spanner had some more like tension on the angly dangly part. Oh, I got it. Look at that. Okay. Okay, got that one. Right, that's loose. So that should just... I want to uppercut the guy that came up with this idea. Why won't you let go now? Oh, you got wiring harness attached here. Of course you do. Get off there. Is that hitting on there? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, you have to take the power steering bracket out. Of course you do. There's no YouTube video on how to do this. And I know why. That's attached to that hard line. This bolt is so tight that it's actually bending the bracket rather than letting go. I have to put the bolts back in that I just removed in order to remove this tiny bracket with a 12mm on it. All right, so we've got that out. Oh, do you hit that? You hit this. See this massive housing that's here? I have to get that out, which means I'm gonna need the gasket that goes behind it. All of this just to change the water pump. They couldn't have designed this to be any better. Yeah. Those 3 bolts are out. Bye. Come with me, you mother. Look at this shit. All this for this? Okay, so I need that gasket. And there is your godforsaken godforsaken water pump. Look at this stupid thing. I'm going to change the thermostat while I've got it out. Next step is to try and get that bastard out. Bastard. That was a nightmare. I don't mind telling you, that sucked. I managed to get this screw out using the impact and quite a few heavy hits from the old hammer. There is no way I would have been able to do that in the car. 2 more bolts here and here before I can free this thing from its confines. 1, 2, and then, oh yeah, okay, cool. That came off easy. Oh, look at that. It's in good condition. While we're here, let's do the thermostat as well. Use this guy again, get this out. See that? Oh wow, thermostat's not very good. That's all gunky looking. Wonder if it works. This little notch here, or bump, lines up with this. Right. It's just rather disgusting looking. This is the new one, and they're both crusty on the top. Look at that. How's our mating surface? That looks alright. About this one. That looks alright too. So again, line that up with this. Oh, wait a minute. It goes in this way. If you put it in this way, it makes it easier. Look at that. Get it exact. Sweet. Right. I need to check the torque settings for this. Now for the water pump. I heard this is just a locator, so it doesn't even need to be in tight at all. Okay, get this out of here. Get that out of there. New rubber gasket is in. Got to make sure that doesn't fall out. Now this one goes at the back here on that pipe. Silly me, I didn't know that this came with the water pump, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. So now I've actually got 2 of them. I don't know about this though. Where's that gasket? Oh, I didn't order it. I guess I better do that now. Okay, cool. That's that done. These are both 9s as well, as is that. I've got the screw, the locating screw, so I'll put that in there. This little O-ring's got to go in here, this tube here. So I'll put it on there. Put some dish soap on to help it go on easy. This gasket finally came in, and here's the part number. Fit that up real quick. I really wish I unplugged this wiring harness. Just got to line this up with the hard line on the back and the bolts on the front. I got this one on by using a magnetic 10 and a normal ratchet from the bottom. So I can reach the ratchet under here, like that. I stick 2 fingers down through there and touch the socket because if I just swing it from here, the ratchet doesn't actually do anything. The one at the back, again, magnetic socket, put it on. I'm just rolling it with my thumb, and that's working really well. Get it on there. This isn't deep enough to do the whole thing. You just get the final turn with a ratchet spanner. Do up your water pump bolts to 9.3 Newton meters. I just want to show you this aircon bracket because I didn't earlier. We've got our water pump on, we've got our aircon on. I wish I could say there was some massive GoPro failure that prevented me from recording this, but that just wasn't the case. In all honesty, getting it apart was a lot harder than putting it back together. But to find out more about that, click this right here.